Hey everyone, and welcome back for another deep dive. Today we're going to be taking a look at ancient China.
Sounds good.
We're going to be looking at some myths that explain some of the really remarkable geographical features of the region. And these stories are full of powerful gods and epic battles.
Oh, wow.
And just world-altering events.
I'm intrigued.
Yeah. So let's just dive right in.
Okay, let's do it.
So what's really interesting to me about this myth is, it kind of shows how the ancient Chinese people really wanted to understand the natural world around them. Like they would observe the things they saw and then create these really fascinating stories that connected their beliefs to the physical world.
Yeah, I mean, it's like they were looking for explanations for the things that they saw around them.
Exactly. And so as we kind of unpack this story, keep in mind how the events in the story mirror actual geographical features that you can see in China today.
Oh, that's interesting. I'll be looking for that.
Yeah. So, okay, so at the center of this story, we have this god named Gonggong.
Gonggong.
He's the water god.
Okay.
But he's not like your, typical chill water god.
Right.
He's more like a force of nature. He has a very volatile temper.
Oh, so he's a little bit unpredictable.
Exactly. Unpredictable. And so they depict him as having this serpent-like body.
Okay.
But a human head.
Interesting combination.
And a very fiery disposition.
So he's powerful.
Yes. Very powerful. And it's a really potent symbol of water's power.
Yeah. Because water can be very destructive.
Yes, it can be very destructive.
Yeah.
And then you have this other god, Zhuron, who's the fire god.
The fire god.
And his existence is the complete opposite of Gonggong. And their rivalry is about way more than just personality.
I see.
It's this fundamental struggle between water and fire.
Two very powerful elements.
Yes, constantly battling it out.
Yeah, you see that in a lot of cultures, right?
Yeah, good versus evil.
Light and dark.
Exactly. Yeah, definitely.
So their rivalry ultimately leads to this legendary battle.
Oh, wow.
This clash of the titans where floods are meeting infernos, the earth is shaking, and the sky is dark because of how intense their fight is.
Sounds pretty epic.
Yeah, it's like a scene ripped right out of a movie full of symbolism and imagery.
Yeah, it's the ultimate showdown.
Yes, exactly. And but the consequences of this battle were really serious. So Gonggong, in a fit of rage after he lost Zhuron, he rammed his head straight into Mount Buzu.
Buzu.
Which was believed to be this pillar that was holding up the heavens.
Wow, that's a bold move.
Yeah, it's a very dramatic act of defiance.
Yeah, sounds like he wasn't too happy about losing.
No, he wasn't.
No.
And this act is how the ancient Chinese explained the tilted axis of the world.
Oh, wow. So that's how they explained it.
So the sky tilted to the northwest, leaving this void, and then the earth tilted to the southeast.
I see.
Can you imagine the chaos this caused? I mean, rivers changing course.
Yes, rivers change course.
The land probably flooded.
Yeah, there were floods everywhere.
The whole world was probably in chaos.
It was the entire order of the cosmos was disrupted.
Yeah, it's a pretty powerful image.
So then we have this goddess Nuwa.
Okay.
Who's the goddess of creation. And restoration.
But she comes in to fix things.
Yes, exactly. She's this divine architect who comes in to repair all the damage. And she uses these 5 colored stones.
They're colored stones.
To mend the sky. And these stones represent the 5 elements.
Oh, the 5 elements, okay.
Yeah, wood, fire, earth, metal, and water.
So she's restoring balance.
Exactly.
To the world.
And to make sure that the sky stayed in place, she propped it up with the legs of a giant turtle.
Wow, a giant turtle.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And the turtle is a symbol of longevity.
Right. Makes sense.
And stability. So it shows the strength that she brought back to the world.
Yeah, it's she's rebuilding the foundations of the world.
It's a really beautiful image.
Definitely it is.
So it's almost the ancient storytellers were looking at a map of China.
Yeah.
With its higher elevations in the northwest.
Yeah.
And then the lower terrain in the southeast. And the rivers mainly flowing towards the southeast.
Right.
And they were using this story to explain those features.
Yeah, they were looking at their surroundings and creating a story that fit.
Exactly. So it's a really clever way to connect myth with reality.
Definitely.
So what about Gonggong, though?
Yeah, what happened to him?
Did he get away with, his little temper tantrum? Well, he didn't actually, actions have consequences.
I think even forgot.
Even forgot. So he was punished.
How so?
For his recklessness, and he was imprisoned at the bottom of the North Sea.
The North Sea.
Yeah, which is like symbolic, you know?
Yeah, like he almost drowned the world.
Yeah.
So now he's at the bottom of the sea.
Exactly.
It's poetic justice.
Yeah. So you see, this myth isn't just like a fantastical story.
Right.
It gives us this amazing insight into how the ancient Chinese people understood their world. Like how they saw natural forces as gods.
Yeah.
And how they try to explain the balance of the world.
It's like a window into their worldview.
Yes, and like the consequences of disrupting that balance.
Yeah. And it also kind of serves as a cautionary tale, right? About, the dangers of uncontrolled anger and pride.
Yeah, like even gods can make mistakes.
Exactly.
And have to face the consequences. So it really leaves us with a question.
What's that?
What other myths are there in other cultures that explain, like, geographical features?
Oh, yeah.
Or natural phenomenons? Like, it's something to think about.
It is. I mean, there are so many different cultures out there, and they all have their own stories.
And by exploring these stories, we can really appreciate the different ways that humans throughout history have tried to understand the world around them.
It's a fascinating thought, yeah.
So thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Keep exploring, keep questioning, and until next time, keep those brainwaves buzzing.